and then I'll take care of that for you. My apologies.
No, I'm happy to do, like I said. Just tell me, I'll take instructions. But thank you, Carol, you and Josh both. And Carol has been so committed to this, and we, every Thursday night, and I think it's a wonderful place for all of us to get together and really share information, inspiration. Our Monday night call, same type of thing. I put that call in place over 30 years ago now, really to keep myself on track. And so for you all and all of us, hopefully this gives us a little bit different, maybe you might say intimate conversation that we're not allowed because on the bigger call on Monday night, because there's so many people there, which is wonderful. Okay, there are hundreds, but this, we get to be a little bit more interactive, and I love that. So first of all, if you're joining us for the first time, my name's Cheryl Cortese. I'm a National Marketing Director with the Juice Plus Company, and have had that honor and privilege and prosperity and great happiness now for over 33 years. Looking forward to the next 33. And so let's quickly, we've got about 15 more minutes, maybe 20 at the most, as we complete this hour. Let's just talk a little bit about our compensation plan. As many of you know, that plan for so many years, we worked off of a point system, which was very hard to, explain. And so I think what happened to people is they became a little hesitant about the business story. Now, of course, the beauty about this, wait, no, let's.
Mom, it's burning.
It's this is what is called cabin fever. Okay, this kid's in the house for about a year and a half. But at any rate, where was I? I was that because our compensation plan tended to be a little complicated to explain for so many years, people may have hesitated with their business story because it was, and if true, we could say, and we could still say it today, that the company pays you whether you understand it or not, and that's true. But once you understand it, it gives you a feeling of confidence and power from a business standpoint that you normally don't have otherwise. And I think we finally achieved what we really set out to do 2 years ago as they began to reshape our compensation plan, making sure that we were well paid, which we've always been, but making it simpler to tell. As they did the transfer on that plan at the beginning of this year of 2020, the beauty of it was that now, instead of being paid 5% on 75, 5% on 75% of the dollar, which was difficult to translate, we're paid 3% on 100% of the dollar. Now, that's a lot easier to talk about. And so you also are making a little bit more in that translation than before. So the beauty of it was that we went into this year with that simplicity, but there were other things that didn't translate quite as simply. And it was because of the way we were, I guess you would say, translating into what it was required to go into each position. So when that was figured out here recently, it just was a whole new, I guess you would say, awakening, as far as everybody being able to tell that plan so much more simply. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to run through again the pay plan, not in detail. I would encourage you, I mean, this team in particular, they're very good at explaining the pay plan. We all are now up through the ranks. But if there are questions about the details, be sure you get with your upline and ask those questions so that you can really, I guess, feel that security of being not only to tell the power of our business, but then being able to tell people how to turn around and tell others quickly. I'm going to try to go to my screen share here right quick. And the thing about the compensation plan, anyone can go to this site. It's really www.2020compensationplan.com. And it's going to take you, as many of you have seen, it'll take you right through the plan itself. And basically nothing has changed as far as the simplicity of, the cost of the product, what you make on the product. It's all good round numbers, and we're paid 5 different ways. But I just want to highlight again things that have been simplified, and then really look at how you turn around and share that with others. So you're going to be paid exactly the same in the same way as we have been all year. And that's not only simple, but it's lucrative. But if we look at the positions, everything is based on 3. The power of 3 is actually going to become a term or a tagline that you're going to hear often. Before, as they looked at the numbers, it looked like 1,000 for Partner Plus, 4,000, for the QSC. Those numbers looked good. They looked like it would work out just right. But this makes it just so much simpler because it's all in multiples of 3 or divisible by 3. So we use the trio as the example. It's actually 85% of company sales. We do have a new kid on the block, you might say, with the Omegas, which people love. So we see many people marketing from the very beginning, the quad or 4-pack as it's called. But we're going to use the trio as the example. And so to go to Partner Plus, it would be 3 trios. So really the baseline of explaining your business today is U plus 2. So if you're just starting, you've got your own order plus 2 if you're using tri-pack as an example. And so U plus 2 will take you all the way through. And that's the baseline of what anyone would have to know. So U plus 2 would be your own order, 2 tri-packs, and now you've got $900 in promotional number here in promotional dollars. And so you can go to Partner Plus. And if you do that in the first 10 days, you're going to get a bonus, of course, that's higher than if you do it in 30. So let's go for the best. So let's go to qualifying sales coordinator. Here you see that, again, multiples of 3. They took a little bit away from that requirement. So 900 for yourself and 3 Partner Pluses, or 3 people with U plus 2. And now you have a QSC position. When you get to Partner Plus, that $900 is in the bank. So this is cumulative. Going from one position to the next is accumulated volume for a promotion. So here you're going to not need 12 trios at this point. It's 9 because you've already got 3 when you went to Partner Plus. Again, this is not dependent on order numbers. It's on volume produced. Using the tri-pack as the example, again, it makes it easy to explain. So what we're talking about is the ease of explanation so that that business story is one that you can tell from the heart exactly the way you would be telling your product story from the heart. Because if you think about our business, I mean, it has afforded so many people, just the stress release of financial fear, being able to do those extra things for their family, really, having that, you might say, supplemental edge that relieves a lot of pressure and stress. So if we look at sales coordinator now, again, all the numbers are the same as far as the way you're paid in the same way, but requirements have been simplified. So now they took a little bit away from the QSC requirement, and we see that the sales, I don't know why my page's not moving, there it is. The sales coordinator goes to 10,800. Again, this is a multiple of 3. 3 at 3,600, that's 10,800. So now we're 36 trios in combination, and that's 36 trios all together from your own orders, your customers' orders, and all of your team members that are growing up in combination. It's all of your efforts together to put together 36 trios. So 36 trios will be the volume amount, or that will be equal to the volume amount if you're using trio as an example. Commissions, you might want to make a note of this. Commissions are the monies paid to the team member for, really, it's to encourage people to acquire new team members. It's the monies paid between your team that you're growing up and your position. So if we look at you as a sales coordinator, and again, we're all sales coordinators, with titles and benefits as we grow up through the plan. But the company always pays out the full amount of the box. So the sales coordinator has a new partner. The partner makes $30 on this tri-pack. The company would pay the difference to the person who sponsored or is working with them. If it's a partner plus, it's above them, they're going to make that difference all the way up. So let's say you're a sales coordinator, you have a new partner, you're going to make $45 on the order. And as you grow people up, you make the difference. And then of course, as they get to sales coordinator and you're at the same commission return, you're going to have what's called a promote out or promote up bonus, which will be even larger if your business has width than the difference. So it always is growing. That's important to know. Now, to receive this commission, there was a qualification of at least $225 a month in your own PIN number or your own personal, that's you and your customers. That has been reduced to $175. Once again, that balances, the whole thing balances very well. This plays out throughout the entire pay plan because now the working legs that are needed as you get into top leadership position this 175 will be the amount that's required there. So that makes it very feasible. Here you see the third form of income, performance bonus and promote out bonus. That 3% promote out bonus is what I had mentioned as you grow people to sales coordinator, and that can be an important part of your income, but the largest part of your income is going to be performance bonus. This of course starts as a QSC. And here we have a little diagram of you being the top dot. You want in this plan, from the very beginning, if you can help that new person see that going wide as quickly as possible, or at least as consistently as possible over time, will help you leverage the pay plan to highest level. Width is important because you're going to get paid 3% on everybody in your team as they do business. Now, if you're really wide, people are going to look at you and that you're the model. And so they're going to want to have that width as well. So here we see that team come together, and as it does, it gets wider and wider as it grows into each generation or level. 3% becomes the largest amount of your income over time. But in the beginning, it is the title bonus rewards, the difference of commissions, and the in your customer base. And then as your team grows, it becomes 3%. Now you see this 3% promote out bonus. Again, you want all of those team people right next to you that you have sponsored to become sales coordinators, because now they're going to be 6%ers to you. You and their teams of partner, partner plus, and QSCs will now be 6% instead of just 3%. So another reason to go wide and to always have new people going wide and growing their business is keeping that pool full. We have the 4 top leadership positions. Here again, all the business incentive bonuses, the monies that you see pop up under them now are really basically expense allowance on and above anything your business makes. This, I think, has always been an amazing thing. It's something that you can have every month as far as you growing up into the plan. Once again, as I said, we're all sales coordinators with titles and benefits, and those titles and benefits represent the size of the organization you're growing. What our company is saying to you is the bigger you grow, the more we want to support it. As you go into qualifying national marketing director, you see something happen with the dots down here, and you're going to pick up the 5th generation. If you're really wide on that front line, that's going to set you up for accessing this pay plan at the highest position, the highest level. And so you really want to concentrate on that throughout your business. For some people, it happens really quickly right out of the gate, where they have a lot of team members that they've brought on directly to themselves. For others, it's very consistent. They're starting out with 3 or 4, and they're constantly adding. And so they achieve that same goal of width, which leverages depth and numbers, which is what really creates serious income. So we look at the top position of National Marketing Director. And of course, our benefit program is our fourth form of income. You'd want to look into that if you're not aware of it. It's really why so many people look at this as a full-time career as they grow into it, even though most people start as part-time supplemental income, most everyone. Fifth form of income is team building title bonus. This is new to us in the last 15 years, even though our company's 50 years old. It's really been the last 15 or so, or 13, that we've had team building bonuses, and our company president put those in place really when we went into it was at the recession of 2007, to give people that extra income as they started building their businesses, which would really secure need for supplemental income. So we see those, of course, show up now in a very interesting and wonderful way. Going to Partner Plus, remember U+2, if that's done in the first 10 days, there's not only the commissions and retail profit return, but $100 bonus. If it takes 30 days, it's a $50 bonus. But what you would want to do in 30 days is go to QSC, or Qualifying Sales Coordinator, because now you've not only picked up the $100 bonus, you have another $400, and so does your sponsor, or if you're the sponsor, so do you. And with the income from your commissions and retail profits, you're somewhere between $700 and $800 in income. So this would really be a first step. And your first goal would be sales coordinator, and hopefully within a 3-month period, because now the title reward would be $700 for both you and the sponsor, or you if you are the sponsor. This now is very, very achievable because of the differences and the things that have been removed. There was nothing added, only things removed as far as growing into the various positions and the ease of doing that. So there, to go from qualifying sales coordinator to sales coordinator, there was something where they said you had to be in PB qualification to do that. You don't anymore. You can sail right into sales coordinator in that 30 days. You have 60 days. You would receive not 30 days, 90 days or 3 months, and you have 6 months, and still you'll get a $600 bonus. But that 3 months is very, very doable at this point. The beauty of this is that if you look at the title rewards, the commissions, the retail profit in doing this activity, you will earn somewhere between $4,500 and $5,500. If you're picking up the largest bonuses, you'll be $5,500 in income from start to sales coordinator. Sales coordinator being the top commission position would definitely be that first goal. Eye on the ball, because it really is the place where you're going to get, you can earn all of the various things that's offered in this marketing model. Now we go up through the top positions. You see, of course, that the bonuses, now these are one-time bonuses, unlike the, the expense money or the bib money that we receive every month. These are one-time bonuses, and they're quite serious bonuses as you go up into those positions. So let's go back to now just a little sketch here of going from brand new partner to sales coordinator. And you would certainly want to look at that in a 3-month period. Some people are going to do it in less because of the simplicity at this point. And if you wanted to share your business excitement with someone, you could easily print this one page off and say, go do this, because this would be very simple to explain. And if I could write on this page, I would probably write the positions right next to each one of these examples. So this might be you if you're a brand new team member, or it might be you with a brand new team member. And so usually as a person starts, if they're going to be in our business, or even if they're doing it as a family planner to get their product for their family at a discount, they're going to do it as a team member. But you with at least a tri-pack and 2 customers with a tri-pack. And so you +2, you're partner plus. Now this might come together a little differently. You with the 4-pack and maybe some complete. It might be one other customer with something very similar, and you could wind up with the 900. So there has to be at least 2 orders in 2 different names, and yours can be one of those names. This can actually happen in your own household on one credit card. But it's very, very doable in that first 10 days. Very simple. You plus 2, and then $900, and you're a partner plus. Now, if you have 3 people that become team members and they do you plus 2 in some form, then they're going to each be partner plus, but you'll be a qualifying sales coordinator. So now you can, this whole scenario right here can happen very quickly in the first 30 days. So you wouldn't have to even sit with someone other than to maybe walk them through the pictures on this plan so that they could see the positions and what the goal would be. And then this is just the logistics of the activity. And here we have each one of these people doing that same repetition of you plus 2. And you would find that this would now be a sales coordinator position for you. Again, if this happens as a, within that 90-day period, you're going to this whole thing of going to sales coordinator, you'd earn about $5,500, depending on, maybe a little more than that, depending on what's purchased. Again, all of our products count for, the value, the point value, and it's all on 100% on the dollar. So it becomes easy to think about, but this becomes easy to show. And that even though the orders that are placed might be a little different in coming to partner plus, what you're doing is you're with a very fast repetition of partner plus to go to sales coordinator. And again, I would really encourage you, if this is a 3x3 model, again, multiples of 3, then start thinking of it as 6. Do it again with your width. Do it again, go to 9 wide, go to 12 wide, go, to 15 wide. If we look at the top producers in our company today, you would see that over the years, and relatively within their first, I'd say 2 years, 3 years, they solidified somewhere in the neighborhood of 14 to 18 frontline that grew into sales coordinators. Now you might have to sponsor many more people than that, because there'll be some that'll be family members, as we used to call them. They're buying to get their product at discount, and slowly maybe they turn into, and this happens is many, many times, they eventually become national marketing directors. I think Lou and also Kathy alluded to this, that, and every one of them, Stacy, really, I wasn't going to be in business, okay? But what happened? And everyone, we hear this story over and over. So however a person starts, it's easy enough now to show this and it be simple and an easy return. So you can print this page off, I would think. If not, we'll print it up and send it out, because again, you can show people the positions and they see the requirements to go there without much explanation. Even if you just walk people through what I've shared with you, the little faces show the width and the depth. It becomes simple now to talk about it because the numbers all balance, and I think that's very exciting. So we're going to stop here. Again, I'm a little bit over time, but I wanted to see if maybe next week we want to have questions on this. If anybody has any now, I'm certainly happy to work at answering those for you. But I really want everybody to get a grasp of it, because we're in a magical time, and it's a very odd way to have stepped into this magical time. Certainly no one would ever want to have the, I guess you would say, the momentum that we have at the expense of what has happened with, this pandemic is certainly none of us would ever have, envisioned, much less thought about. But what has occurred is that this is something that has really, people are more alert than they've ever been. They're totally awakened to the fact that they really want to take responsibility for their health and their bodies. And really strengthen and continue to work at strengthening the immune system of themselves and their families. And there's never been a time when people have been more in need of supplemental income. So we now not only have answers for these questions, or at least support, maybe I should say it that way. We have a way to offer support in both of these areas. So we are more relevant, we are more desired, we're more sought after than we've ever been, but it's going to take the courage of being able to share the story and tell the story. Certainly collecting these stories on Thursday night and Cheryl logging them into a YouTube channel, and we having a wealth of stories to share with people. If you need backup, there it is, your story and tons of others. And for the past 28 years, we have huge research, we have all the support. Okay, and now with this marketing plan being so simple to share, just share with people what's your desire, what is it that you really want for yourself and your family, not only from a health standpoint, that's very important, but also from a standpoint of financial security. We live in the most uncertain times, I think, of our entire lives. And so being able to offer stability as well as community and support from an emotional standpoint makes us very, very attractive to everyone, but it's just going to be a matter of reaching out. I don't know, I think Dawn Nygaard may still be on this call tonight, and she spoke on our call Tuesday night. And when she and I were talking, she said some of the blessings that she really hadn't thought would come along was that in her, reaching out to people, because she'd always been a little afraid of follow-up, Dawn, if I'm saying this correctly, but she'd always been a bit afraid of follow-up, but then now the need was there. And as she did it, not only realizing that she became more comfortable with really reaching out to people, but there was a real joy in it because it supported them as well. And so I think that we have many, many things here that not only can be of service to people, but bring a lot of, emotional revenue as well, and a lot of strength to people who need community and connection. So next week we'll come to this, and I'm going to come to it with hopefully time will just be question and answer, and come with any questions you might have about the compensation plan, about how to go about making sure that you turn your promotions in and quickly, and following up with them so that people get that return quickly and they can really foster the excitement, which of course creates momentum. So hopefully this is helpful to you all tonight. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them, even though I know we're past time. But if anybody has anybody on any of this. Now, I have been doing individual groups. My national marketing director teams, I'm still happy to book those if you like, where we go over all this in detail. This has just been highlight and spotting it very quickly. But if any of you want to do that, I'm happy to do that as well with your teams. And so hopefully to get to everyone so that they really have a handle on this. In my 33 years, the compensation plan is more simple. Now we're paid well. We've always been paid extremely well. We have a very high payout for this particular profession, but being able to explain it has never been this simple. So I want everybody to really have a grasp of that. And as I said, we can certainly talk about that and put groups together to do it. So anybody, any questions, anything that you feel like you have to know now or die? Okay. Okay, well, we have had an hour and 15 minutes, so I'm sure that's everybody like to get up and stretch their legs and maybe take a nap before we do it again in the morning. So a pleasure to see all of you, and thank you. And to the stories, again, they were just amazing, and we love that we all make that difference. So everybody have a good evening, good night, and see you next week.
Awesome. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Cheryl. It was wonderful. Thank you
Good
so
night.
much.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Okay, come with questions next week. I want everybody rocking, okay?